His Excellency Dato Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamza, the Minister for Tourism, Creative Industry, and Performing Art of Sarawak. My dear friend, actually all of our good friend, Dr. Hiram Ting, the conference chair of ICRTH 2022. And distinguished guests and speakers, and esteemed colleague and friend, a very good morning to you all. It is my great honor and pleasure to be here this morning to participate in the International Conference on Responsible Tourism and Hospitality. And I'm extremely excited to be part of this important global gathering in this beautiful tourist destination called Sarawak, of course, more to discover, and Kuching, which had always been on my bucket list. On behalf of everyone at World Tourism Organization, including the Secretary General, Jura Polorikasvili, and all my teammates at Regional Department for Asia and the Pacific, would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to Sarawak Research Society and Ministry of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Art, and Business Event Sarawak at UCSI University Kuching campus, and Emerald Publishing, and 26 other national and international partners on organizing this important conference under the theme, the mobilizing the responsible tourism into action toward economic prosperity and social cultural inclusivity and environmental sustainability. Excellencies and dear friend, let me begin my remark by mentioning that it goes without saying that the COVID-19 pandemic has changed the whole world, the place that we are living. And the tourism has been one of the hardest hit industry by the pandemic, particularly because of the millions of people whose livelihood depend on it. And for the first time in its history in the Asia and Pacific, the international tourist arrival fell by 84% in 2020 compared to 2019, making it the worst affected region in the world. Nonetheless, our sector and our region in Asia have proven to be very resilient, if not the most resilient industry in the region. And despite the unprecedented impact of COVID-19 devastation, just as it has been in the case of previous numerous crises, such as other health scare and global financial crisis and terrorist attack and natural disaster. But thankfully and fortunately, according to UNWTO's latest data, the tourism barometer, the major source market to our region in Asia were already open and are starting to open up in the aftermath of the pandemic. An increasing number of destinations, including Asia, ASEAN, and Malaysia, were lifted and are easing or lifting their travel restrictions. So this is clearly a consequence of pent-up demand for international tourism. And excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, within the context of these positive ongoing development, UNWTO has been working in close collaboration with both the public and private sector, as well as international organizations, to facilitate to restart tourism. And we see the continuous sign of strong and steady recovery from the impact of pandemic in international tourism. But to be able to continue with this positive recovery, the momentum, our main focus should be on rethinking a new kind of tourism which advocates the transformation of our beautiful tourism industry sector into a more sustainable and resilient model which is capable of withstanding the future crisis situation. So this is one of the reasons why this year's the World Tourism Day theme is rethinking tourism. The rationale behind it is to reflect the new norms of creative and innovative ways through which the tourism will have to adapt to the post-COVID-19 period and strategies that the sector must employ for sustainable and responsible growth. The question that we may be asking at this critical juncture is how do we achieve the goal of rethinking tourism in hospitality? So to respond to this, and in line with this conference theme, please allow me to refer the UNWTO's recommendation. These include reducing energy consumption and greenhouse gas and carbon emission, and elimination of single-use plastic to fight against plastic pollution, and using renewable energies such as on-site solar panels. By applying these recommendations, we will be using the resources in such a way that the tourism sector and tourism impact on both the natural and cultural environment will be minimized. So in other words, that we will be making the environmentally responsible choices so that the management of hospitality and other tourism-related sectors and businesses will promote sustainable consumption and production, and thereby contributing to the achievement of SDGs 12 for the 2030 agenda. Excellencies, dear colleague and friend, we all understand that rethinking tourism, which is one of the world's major economic sectors, will not be an easy task. But we confidently put responsible tourism into action to sustainable development and build a sector that works for everyone, including the young people and women and the local community. So let me conclude my humble speech by saying that in spite of all the challenges that we are facing today, we are confident that we can work together toward more sustainable and resilient tourism industry through the power of collaboration and partnership. That is core reason why we are all here this morning. And thank you. Terima kasih.